Early on Wednesday morning, dozens of former pro-democracy lawmakers and anti-Beijing activists were greeted by police at their doors. Coordinated arrests took place across the city. More than 50 were detained, accused of breaching Hong Kong's national security law, while law offices and media outlets were also descended on.
The aspect we're looking into is the subsection 3 of the article. That means we are finding some people have been seriously interfering and disrupting and undermining the operation of the Hong Kong government.
The crimes they're accused of related to primary polls held in July last year. Those votes were supposed to help the pro-democracy camp select candidates for Legislative Council elections in September. The elections themselves were scrapped over coronavirus concerns. But pro-democracy candidates were widely expected to take many of the seats up for grabs. Some had vowed to obstruct the government's legislative plans and push for democratic reforms in the city.
It's time to put the global spotlight in Hong Kong's election. We aim and wish to take majority in Hong Kong Legislative Council election to prove we are the majority and the voice of pro-democratic camp, especially the progressive wing. Our voice must not be silenced.
The sweep will raise further alarm that Hong Kong has taken a swift authoritarian turn. More than 90 critics of the Beijing and Hong Kong governments have been detained since the national security law was imposed in June, causing some citizens to worry about what's next.
If one day you tell me I joined the protest before, I will get arrested, I'm not surprised, to be honest.
So I think what I'm thinking right now, I'm just leaving Hong Kong and move to the other country.
The arrests are a major escalation in the crackdown on Hong Kong's opposition and may prove to be a turning point in the city's history. But they also cement the collision course between China and the United States, just as Joe Biden prepares to take over the presidency. Biden's pick for Secretary of State Antony Blinken tweeted that the arrests are an assault on those bravely advocating for universal rights. He added the Biden-Harris administration will stand with the people of Hong Kong and against Beijing's crackdown on democracy. Compounding US concern is the involvement of an American citizen, lawyer John Clancy, who was among those detained. Human Rights Watch says Chinese authorities are, quote, removing the remaining veneer of democracy in the city. For many in Hong Kong, the key question now is whether anyone will be left to fight for their democratic rights. Michelle Hennessy, TRT World, Hong Kong.